Okay, so we are back from break. Let's get back into the testimony. They talked about the relationship that Cassie had with Kid Cudi, and they talked about it was only a month long, but she still managed to get a burner phone for the relationship. She said yes. They talked about Diddy kicking her in the back. She says yes, he did. It came up in their relationship that she had cheated on him with Kid Cudi. She admitted that. And the defense also stated that when he cheated, he said, well, you had an affair with Kid Cudi, right? And Cassie said sometimes. So it's kind of like what they trying to show is they were in a domestic violence relationship and both of them had issues with cheating. So this was all mutual, like Cassie is a co-conspirator. Is that what y'all thinking right now? Drop down in the comment area. Let me know what you've been thinking throughout the day, throughout this case. Do you feel like Cassie was a co-conspirator, or do you feel like Diddy actually groomed her? The defense goes on to say that Diddy actually suspected that she had another relationship with someone else as well. She goes on to say that she was in South Africa filming and she saw a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina, and she became very angry. So right after that, she decided to go ahead and block him and focus on the movie. Diddy also suspected her of having a relationship with Michael B. Jordan. Girl, drop them names. The defense goes on to say that Cassie went ahead and she sent a video to the whole staff, to D-Rock, everybody, because she was angry. And Cassie was hurt because she spent all her time with them and she believed that they were in on it as well, the cheating. I'm not really for sure what the defense is trying to set up, but they talked about the physical abuse and they asked her when did her father learn of the physical abuse. And of course, she said at the same time her mother found out about it. The defense asked, did Mr. Combs come to Connecticut to talk to them? And she said she didn't know if it was around that time. They also asked, did Carrie Morgan know about the abuse? And she admitted yes. So now the prosecution is trying to say that the reason why Cassie got the eye gas, the reason why Diddy pushed her into the footboard was because he was inebriated. And she said she don't remember that, but what she do remember is she didn't answer the phone and she went to sleep and she was supposed to be packing for the trip. That's why it happened. So they asked her why was she asleep. She spoke about that when they went to the Abbey, there was something in the drink. And they also asked her, had Diddy ever abused her while he was inebriated? And she said yes. And they asked her, did you feel like he wasn't taking responsibility? She said yes. So basically the defense is setting up that both of them were frequent drug users and rehab was not a thing in their relationship. They went to Burning Man a lot and they called themselves the Get High Partners. They asked her, has she ever taken drugs away from Diddy to take for herself? She said yes, and that the dealers in LA were told from Diddy not to deal any drugs to Cassie. Wow. So the defense is trying to show that she was so high on drugs that she didn't even realize that Diddy dangled her friend off the balcony. They also mentioned that she had gotten a life coach for her drug use, according to the document. And Cassie said she didn't know what they was talking about. She didn't know what person they was speaking of. Again, they go back to asking her, you were doing a lot of drugs, right? And she said it was a rough time. The defense is still trying to show the drug use and that she tried to get into rehab, and she clarified it was a spa, but that was a time that she had lost all sense of smell and taste. And when she woke up in the hospital with an IV in her arm, and she tried then to get help. There was a time where she found out that Diddy had overdosed using a very strong opioid, and they asked, was she addicted to painkillers? And she said they took ibogaine, and they asked her where she got it from. They said Cancun, Mexico. The defense bring out an occasion when Diddy threw Cassie off the boat in Cannes because she used his drugs, and he accused her of other things as well. And then the defense basically said, and you still wanted to be with him? And she said, of course. So the defense attorney actually switched topics, and she talked about the incident where Diddy went to find Suge Knight. Now, apparently, Cassie supposedly had told the government that she went with Diddy and the bodyguard. Cassie says she don't remember, and the defense attorney said, "Let me show you." The prosecution said, "Just for the parties." Cassie is adamant she did not go with them. She didn't say that. The defense attorney says that you also did drugs with Ms. Morgan. She said yes. She said, "Do you recall telling the government that you did not set?" Now, I'm not sure what this means. Set what he did, hitting her in the head with a wooden hanger. Maybe did not remember or say. I'm not really sure. We'll get to it though. She also stated that she saw the hanger and she saw that he was upset with her and that she was doing drugs with Carrie. Now, this particular incident broke up the relationship 17-year friendship with her, and she admitted that it did. And the defense attorney, y'all, they trying to trip her up, said, "Did you tell Mr. Combs about your relationship with your now husband?" No. The defense goes on to say that Ms. Morgan actually sued them, and Cassie said no, it was a demand. And they said, "Well, you paid part of it." And she said yes, and she hasn't spoken to her since because that was the end of their relationship. The defense is trying to show that Cassie was a willing participant by heating up baby oil, and they're trying to figure out, was this particular incident they're talking about from the Intercontinental Hotel incident? And basically the attorney comes in and says, "It's a long document. We need time to read it." And just like that, it is time for another break. So drop down in the comment area. Let me know what you think about what is going on. Do you think the defense is doing a good job? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. The verdict is still out. We still got a lot of time left on this particular court case. But I don't know. Y'all drop down in the comment area. Let me know what you think. And here first, where Kimmy's World is your world.